Jambo! In today's video, I'm going to share my overall experience of building a house back home in Africa remotely. I'll also share some lessons I've learned on building a house in the Democratic Republic of Congo, precisely in the city of Goma in the Kivu region. Building a house remotely can be challenging. However, with some good planning and strategies, building a house from distance is something feasible and worthwhile. What do I mean by a good planning and strategies? By a good planning, I mean things like you already have an idea of the type of house you want to build. You already have a quote for how much it will cost you to build your house. You already have a budget, which could be full budget or just part of the budget. And then you also have in mind a team of experienced and professional people who will be doing your house building project. It is very, very important to work with experienced and professionals, because professionals will know how to take care of everything and every single detail. For example, I knew that we were going to need a septic tank. However, I didn't know that a septic tank needs two separate rooms. One for water with soap and stuff like that, and one for the other business, because apparently if the two mix, it's just a big trouble. I didn't know that, but when you're working with professionals, experienced people, they know all those things and more. By strategies, I mean things like during the lifetime of your house building project, you need to visit once or more time, and also you need to evaluate things regularly. Then you know if you need to change or just adapt slightly. Now it's been 2 years since we into our house building project in Goma. Our house is not yet finished, it's still a work in progress. It's kind of half finished. So what I've learned so far about building a house in the Democratic Republic of Congo in Goma. Lesson 1 includes in your budget a fee for a building permit. I think in other places it's called planning permission. When you're about to start building your house, you need first to get permission from authorities to build your house. And in most cases, they will ask you for the plan for your house. Lesson 2, it is custom and also a good idea before you even start building your house, you build first either a wall around your plot of land, or you build a small building on your plot of land. Back there we call it maison de chantier. Building these walls could mean a number of things, including no one can come and have a slice of your land. Maison de chantier means that you have a space for storage for when you start the building. Without such a space, it means that you'll have to hire space somewhere else, because you'll need a space where to store your building materials. Lesson number 3, start your house building project as soon as possible. I know some people might want to start only when they've got the full budget. In my opinion, you start with whatever you have got. If necessary, build bit by bit, build stage by stage. Start with a foundation, later on add walls for the ground floor, after that move to the upper floor, and so on until you finish your project. In our case, starting with what we had and building bit by bit helped us to become more focused and disciplined. Some way you also feel a positive kind of pressure. Then you just know that I have to do it, and then you do it. Lesson number 4, be ready to make decisions all the time and be flexible with the decisions you make. For example, in our case, after the foundation, the walls for the ground floor, it was either the slope, then the walls for the upper floor, or it was the roof. We decided to leave the slope for later, and we went for a roof, because we thought if it's going to take us 1 year, 2 years before we add something else, the roof will protect what we've managed to build so far. The roof will protect the building against the elements, water, rain, sun, winds, and so on. Lesson number 5. Pay people who are working for you properly to avoid cases of theft. Lesson number 6. Build strategically. For example, build your house in such a way that even if your house is not yet finished, you can still use it in one or another way. Lesson number 7. Capitalize on your house building project to get to know the area in which you are building, to get to know your neighbors and other people, to get to know the culture locally, to get to know generally life locally where you'll be maybe living or working. Another thing about capitalizing on your house building project, if you can, rent house your building materials to other people who are building as well and make some extra money. Use the time of your building project to do some research and really learn more about different things to do with the area in which you're building, or just generally about the province or the country in which you're building in. You could do research on what kind of businesses you could do in your area or in the country and stuff like that. Lesson number 8. Consider building on one side of your plot of land one or more shops or apartments or some kind of space for rentals. This could help you sooner or later to raise some funds or simply to generate income for your expenses. Lesson number 9. Have a contingency budget. Prices in Congo, like anywhere else in the world, always change. Then you will realize as well their costs and expenses you didn't think of initially. So these are the things I wanted to share with you today. I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you find it useful. Actually, remember to share it with other people, or you'll never know might find it useful. Until next time, kwaheri, au revoir.